Season's greetings. I'm your host, Dr. Wolfula, and when I'm not immersing myself in a pool of eggnog that I later bottle and sell to local markets, I'm here at the Wolfula RiffViewing movies. Well, the holidays are here again, and that means I have to do another holiday special, and God, I really fucking hope this video's on time for once. This'll probably be my last big video of 2019, and going into 2020, it'll be my 10-year anniversary, just to let you guys know. It'll be 10 years of Dr. Wolfula. Hopefully next year I can actually turn things around and make this channel successful, but until then, pain. In this video, I'll be RiffViewing Santa's Sleigh from 2005, starring pro wrestler Bill Goldberg as the holly jolly bastard himself, Santa as a killer. Now, killer Santas have been done in horror before, in Christmas Evil and Silent Night, Deadly Night, but this movie differs in that Bill Goldberg is playing the literal Santa Claus, not just some crazy dude dressed as Santa. The film was produced by the now disgraced Brett Ratner and is the only film directed by David Steinman. I got no other background details to share, so let the holiday cheer commence. The film begins like all films should, with a close-up of the titular Nannys' titulars. This wealthy family Christmas dinner is not only attended by Fran Drescher, but also Chris Kattan, so you think this was an SNL skit from the mid-90s. Nope, this movie was made in 2005.
What does Gwenny want from big old Santa?
Just a faithful husband.
I'm surprised she wouldn't want a husband with a better haircut. Yeah, this movie even has Oscar-nominated actor James Caan. Santa's Sleigh must be a career highlight for him.
Don't let this bird taste like a shoe like it did last year. Let it be tender and moist just for once.
Yeah, moist. That would be nice. It's called foreplay.
I don't want to screw the bird. I want to eat it.
How do you think a turkey gets moist, James? I don't know what's more shocking, seeing Chris Kattan finger Fran Drescher or what James Caan said in response to it.
Listen, you half a fag. I'll stick this fork in your eye. Why don't you beg Santa for a pair of balls?
Thankfully, this biting satire of the rich is cut short when Bill Goldberg, dressed as Santa, descends the chimney the Bill Goldberg way. Little trivia, that was a real fireplace Bill Goldberg crashed through.
Santa?
This movie really knows how to utilize its cast talents. Santa punts the little pooch, and James Caan sums up his feelings about being in this movie. Santa makes quick work of the family, the ones who don't accidentally kill themselves at least, including setting Fran's hair on fire, but with all the product in her hair, he'd probably only need to flick a match at her. Chris shows off his expert improv skills, but Santa kicks him into the china cabinet. God, I wish this movie was a snuff film and these actors were really being killed. That's why you gotta get an angel for your Christmas tree. Finally, Santa gets James Caan confused with Marlon Brando and stuffs his face. Well, that cold open was something else, and the next scene suitably takes place in hell. Wow, the founders of this town went hard. It's here where we meet the sandwich artist protagonist, Nicholas Yulson, and you can't have a more holiday-sounding name short of Christmas Tree. At the moment, Nicholas is forced to deal with a particularly fussy old broad at the deli.
Merry Christmas, Mrs. Talbot.
Thank you, and go fuck yourself. What a fucking whore.
Wow, she talks like the average YouTube commenter. The old woman ends up on the road with Santa stuck behind her. Ah, that's always the worst. This is a very relatable Killer Santa film.
Bitch! Get out of the way!
Can't his sleigh fly, or was that not in the budget? Santa has a lot of self-control, but finally loses his cool and rear-ends the ancient bitch. Oh, I'm sure that'll buff out. Back at the sandwich shop, the boss gifts his young employees with, well, gifts. Nicholas receiving a digital clock that can track time in different time zones. Wow, this film was outdated when it came out. We had the internet in 2005.
Merry Chanukah!
Yeah, happy Christmas to you too.
Wow, I couldn't tell that guy was Jewish. Nick revs his Razor's scooter out of the place and is immediately emasculated by Claire from Lost, and she gives the boy a ride while listening to some kid-friendly Christmas rap music.
You don't care too much for Christmas, do you?
I've never had much reason to. Like, I'd want an Optimus Prime or a Castle Grayskull, and I'd always end up with a stupid mini-bake oven or something.
Well, no wonder he was disappointed. He grew up in the 90s. Those are toys from the early 80s. Should've asked for Power Rangers. At home, Nicholas watches a football game sponsored by an Asian porn site.
AsianHousewives.com Christmas Eve Bowl.
You know, it's cute that this movie is trying to do satire. Power goes out, though, so Nick heads to the basement to try to restore it. Honestly, the Home Alone basement scene is scarier than this. Speaking of which, Nicholas is jump scared by the old man from Home Alone himself. Actually, it's Nick's grandpa, an inventor who created the prototype for Spotify.
Chipmunks?
After that, Grandpa shows off some more quirky inventions, including, a Christmas-proof bunker. Ha! I could use one of those when the in-laws come to town.
But I'd rather be crazy and alive than ignorant and dead.
Meanwhile, Santa just doles out random vigilante justice. We need more men in red suits cleaning up our streets. Forget the boys in blue. Grandpa serves his expository purpose, reading an ancient Norse tome that explains how on Christmas, Jesus was born, but also the demonic Santa, son of Satan.
In the history of man, there have been only two immaculate conceptions. The first being God and the Virgin Mary and the birth of their son Jesus. The second was Satan with the Virgin Erica and the birth of their son Santa.
Oh, so that's where Santa's name comes from, Satan. Hey, it's all coming together. Makes more sense than that St. Nicholas bullshit. For whatever reason, Mary visits Nick with some roasted Wolverine, which is symbolic of what the producer of this film, Brett Ratner, did to X-Men 3. Never forget.
I don't believe I've ever had Wolverine before. Oh.
Mary continues to let the good times roll by gifting Nick a fucking Glock. Aw, man, he's gonna have to wait until Christmas break is over to use it.
I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but what are you, fucking retarded?
Maybe this is why nobody gets you gifts, Nick. Ungrateful little asshole.
It's more than meets the eye.
Just don't play with that around cops. Elsewhere, we find ourselves at a church where the pastor is played by Dave Thomas, the SCTV Dave Thomas, not the Wendy's founder.
Oh, my friends, charity is not for the lazy. Charity's for the needy.
Anywho, Pastor Dave really urges his flock to give a great deal to the collection plate, only to spend the donations at a local strip club on Christmas Eve. Well, at least he's not touching little boys. Oh, who am I kidding? He's probably doing that too. Santa's not too far behind, and judging from the murder, I don't think he's here to make it rain. You know, besides blood. I gotta hand it to Santa. He really wanted to kill some bouncers with a stripper pole, but didn't want to risk the germs. Even though he's an immortal demonic being, he still has to worry about getting STIs. Come on, Santa, cut him some slack. They're just trying to pay for their beauty school tuition. Back at the Yulesons, Grandpa turns in, and, you know, Nick and Mary are only established as co-workers up to this point, but are getting really cozy.
You think he's bananas, don't you?
No.
Mary ends up getting pissed, though, when Nick brags about how his grandpa's a weirder person than her dad.
Odd is someone's father I know.
I'm sorry I even came over here tonight.
You don't bring up that kind of shit during the holidays. It's like politics. Knowing he's not getting laid this Christmas, Nick decides to bone up on some more of his Santa history, and, of course, it needs to be told with some Rankin Bass style animation. God, this makes the California Raisins look next level. So, backstory is, an angel in the year 1005 challenged Santa to a duel, and not just any duel, a curling match. That's kinda lame. I thought this Santa was supposed to be a badass, but he's playing that dorky shit? Ugh.
Touching Santa's rock with just enough momentum to push Santa's stone over into the hole.
In Santa's defeat, he was forced to gift the nice kids of the world on Christmas for 1,000 years, but it's 2005 now, and he's free to just go sick house on everybody. Nick tries to do some more digging on Hooyah by checking out the Santa tracker run by Gonad. Oh, the visual jokes in this film are like watching a Simpsons episode. Nick asks that the Santa tracker is real, but the admin blows Nick off when the boy says he's 16. This is some sketchy to catch a predator shit. Surprisingly, Santa doesn't get much done on Christmas Eve itself as we move on to Christmas Day, but Santa did leave some gifts for some foul-mouthed brats.
Can't wait to see the shit we got. Can we open our motherfucking presents now?
Of course.
This is like a live-action Looney Tunes.
Fuck.
Hangry, Santa swings by the local deli and doesn't take too kindly to being denied patronage. Oh god, this is a scene that was cut from Triumph of the Will. I don't know why, but I get the feeling that Santa doesn't like Jews, and he doesn't even have millions of subscribers on YouTube. Nick discovers Mr. Green's body and tries to pry the menorah out of his throat, probably to sell it on eBay.
There is a Santa Claus.
I thought you people didn't even believe in him.
That's the last thing you say to your dying boss and mentor, you dick? This is a horror movie, so the cops, of course, have to assume the killing was perpetrated by a shrimpy teenager, and there's also the possibility it was a Jew-on-Jew crime. At the station, one of the cops walks into the most basic gay joke imaginable.
Captain Cock will see you now.
Do you work for Cock or Bush?
Never worked for Bush, only Cock.
So you like cock, huh?
Cock's terrific.
So you're not a fan of Bush?
I wouldn't say I don't like Bush. I just prefer cock.
Cock can be a real pain in your ass, though, right?
I'm starting to think Nick's a bit repressed. Anywho, in the captain's office, Nick wastes no time to just accuse Santa Claus of the crime he's suspected of without even seeing the dude himself.
Santa Claus is not a myth or a legend. He's real, only he's not bearing gifts and presents anymore.
Always works out in these situations. I mean, they honestly should have had Nick encounter Santa before turning him into Kris Kringle's Dr. Loomis.
You're fine. You've been warned.
Speak of the devil, literally, as Nick just missed Santa, who proceeds to castrate the police captain cock coincidentally. So Santa sprayed the stripper pole, but he's just willing to touch a dude's dick? Okay. This scene leads to the kids being pulled over seemingly by Captain Cock.
How ridiculous. He sucks.
Cock?
Okay, naming a character Cock isn't inherently funny, no matter the wordplay. At the sight of Santa, the duo flees, but this Santa didn't skip leg day and pursues them relentlessly. Wow, Bill Goldberg is the real deal. Nick and Mary return to Grandpa's shelter for safety, but carolers arrive in potential danger from Santa. Now, if these were Mormons, Santa would just be doing the Yulesons a favor. Santa Claus learned that trick from Sting.
Mom, we have to get out of here now!
Why did you go into the shelter if you didn't want to be in it?
I gave this to Sean McKenzie in '87. Queer.
Santa is canceled. Our heroes flee through a hidden passageway to the garage where Grandpa reveals a pair of escape snowmobiles. This is turning into a 007 film.
You've really let yourself go, haven't you?
Mrs. Claus, she's one hell of a cook.
I bet that's not the only thing she's good at.
I hate children. For centuries, I've received millions of their letters. And now, I'm free to hunt down every last one of those brats.
Whoa, Santa's going to wipe out the human race single-handedly? Through all of this, Grandpa is ultimately trampled by Santa's sleigh.
Grandpa got run over by a reindeer.
It's more of a bison Santa, but I'll allow the pun. So, Nick and Mary flee with Santa in pursuit. What, now the sleigh can fly? Could have come in handy earlier. Why is Santa preoccupied by these two? He could be firebombing houses. At Hell's Square, a group of churchgoers donning Santa's duds gather, led by Pastor Dave, who becomes a prime target for Santa, who flips off the former SCTV cast member and mercifully sucker punches him. I'm guessing he's not a Bob and Doug fan. At a nearby high school, Nick and Mary do some more fleeing, what else is new, and Santa shows he's serious now by putting on the gun show.
Who's your daddy? Father Christmas.
Does Santa have a daddy kink? Wait a second, Santa can shoot fireballs from his mouth? Why didn't he do that before? They're just making this shit up at this point. It's like the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Is it just me, or does Bill Goldberg as Santa look like Steven Seagal in his winter years? The duo hides out in the library, but Santa throws a smoke grenade. This is just becoming a Christmas version of Columbine. Santa spots the two running away and throws the book at them, literally. The teens escape in the high school's hockey rink. What a jip. My high school only had a tetherball court.
You okay, Nicholas?
My head hurts.
Why did they make the main character such a wiener? Santa arrives on his Zamboni to bring a little cheer to this dour scene, but is stopped briefly by his one weakness, bright light.
I'm Santa Claus, not fucking Dracula!
So much for that. Santa is ultimately stopped by, a magic curling stone, and the twist is revealed. Nick's grandpa is actually an angel who bravely took on human form to get laid, I guess, and he's the very angel that cursed Santa for 1,000 years. I didn't know angels wore flannel. Learn something new every day.
You said you'd go to hell and back to find me once the bet was over. So I moved to Hell Township.
Santa reveals that he discovered Grandpa's secret location from a letter Nick sent asking for an easy bake oven.
Can I please have a mini bake oven?
Hey, risking death is worth it just to make some cupcakes. Okay, this next part is wild. Grandpa challenges Santa to another curling match, and if Grandpa loses, he's sent to hell, which is some big stakes for such a shitty sport. What is with this movie's fixation on curling? You cast a wrestler as Santa. Santa should pick a game he's actually good at. Oh, Oh, and I would have thought the son of Satan would be honorable on his side of the deal. According to Nick's clock, though, Christmas is over at the North Pole and Santa has to get the fuck out of here. But according to Santa, North Pole time is ambiguous, so much for that plot point, I guess.
Correct time at the pole is completely discretionary, because the poles are where all the time zones actually converge.
Santa shoots a fireball, but Nick busts a nut, and for some reason that actually worked. Chekhov's nutcracker, I guess. Santa pulls a General Grievous and runs away, while Grandpa is saved from getting pegged by the devil down in hell. The trio pursues Santa for once, but I guess being an angel confines you to hockey rinks, so Grandpa can go no further. Probably gonna catch a Jets game. Eventually, the duo manages to convince Mary's flaming brother and the local hunters to take aim at the fleeing Santa. Bazooka time! Wait a second, you just buy a bazooka? What is this, South America?
It only cost me a lung.
And your vocal cords.
Smoking has devastated his body. Instead of finding the Santa, the authorities instead discover Pastor Dave Thomas's remains and pin the murders all on him. Man, this movie really is a damnation against Christianity.
I was one of his altar boys.
I suppose they had to mix some pedophilia jokes into the gay jokes somewhere.
Hey, he's still out there, and I think my saga's just beginning.
No, they didn't make any more Santa's sleigh movies. Your saga is over.
I think your dad left this. He'll probably need it.
Oh, got him! I'd argue that the paramedics carrying off a body bag makes this ending more romantic. Elsewhere, the villain is doomed to a fate worse than death, having to board a flight to Winnipeg.
Just have a seat. We'll board in 10 minutes.
Well, at least he's rocking the denim biker look. Santa's sleigh is only 75 minutes long, so they have to pad out the runtime with bloopers at the end. But I do gotta say, I like the touch of listing all the cast and crew as naughty or nice in the credits. Nice touch. Oh, and did I mention there's also a post-credits scene? Ahead of the curve.
Who's next?
I dare you to make a Santa's Sleigh 2, Bill Goldberg. Seriously, go ahead and make it. Well, that was Santa's Sleigh. Honestly, it's a pretty alright Christmas horror comedy with some solid production values for a direct-to-video film and a surprising cast. It has a weird tone to it, though, where it's a dark horror movie, but some of the humor shifts to it feeling like a family comedy or something. And yeah, a lot of the jokes fall flat, but the killing and stunts performed by Bill Goldberg are fantastic. Honestly, though, the movie kind of peaks during the first 5 minutes, but it certainly gets your attention. I give Santa's Sleigh a nutcracker out of Nutcracker. Happy holidays, bitches. If you like this video, like it, and if you loved it, subscribe for more and click the bell icon to keep track of future uploads and streams. Follow me on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dr. Wolfula. Hang out with a virtual me on the Popbase app, available for free on iOS and Android today. You can ask me questions, take horror trivia quizzes, and watch some videos with my avatar and so much more. Finally, if you can, support the channel by pledging to my Patreon or clicking the join button down below and becoming a channel member. You'll get bonus perks for your support, including my new full Jack Frost video commentary. I'd like to thank my true Wolfulite supporters on Patreon and YouTube. The channel would be nothing without their continued support, and it's greatly appreciated. Thanks again to all of you. I've been your host, Dr. Wolfula, signing out. Happy holidays!
For such a small town, I've never seen you before.
Just moved here, homeboy. Too much damn violence in the hood.